Hi, I'm Randy Hollenbeck, and this is Talking Music. Today on the show, we have Connor Reynolds from alternative emo post-hardcore band The Neverafter.
What's up?
The last time you were on the show, we were talking about your songs Distress Call and Beautiful Portraits from the album Art of Separation. What have you been up to since then?
Yeah, so it's been a little bit. I think the last time we talked, I don't even know if the full record was out. Actually, I don't even think we had finished writing it. I think we just had like a couple songs. Um, so yeah, we've just been really just kind of been making content, playing shows to support that now record. We're working on starting to branch out, hitting just regional cities around us. So we're working on going up to like Milwaukee, doing Indianapolis, going down to St. Louis or Nashville, and then just to kind of build up a bit of a regional presence so that we can do some short weekend runs. I don't really want to call it a tour because I guess maybe if it was like a 7 to 8 day run, it would be like a tour, I guess. But I don't want to. We'll call it a run. But no, other than that, we've actually pretty much since we put out the record in March of last year, so it's almost been out a year. Um, we've just been writing. Like almost immediately after we put out the record, we just started writing. Actually, like one of the first things I said to my guitarist Arnley, I was like, hey dude, I'm feeling like an angsty pop punk song. And so he like cranked one out and sent it over to me, and that's been a demo that we've had for the longest time. Right now we're working on a concept EP. I don't want to give too much away, but we're doing like a short video story for it to go with each and every song. I think All Time Low did something like this. Um, but a lot of they're really the only ones I've seen do something like this. I'm sure other bands have done something like this or other artists, but it's not something you commonly see. So what we wanted to do was do a concept EP. I don't want to say concept EP. It's just 3 songs. We're calling it the trilogy. It's just 3 songs um, that each video is going to pertain to, but when you put them together, it's going to be like a short, kind of like a short movie. So we've been working on that. We have we changed our logo a little bit. We have an online merch store now. We're kicking out merch designs, all kinds of cool stuff. So, yeah, just kind of building a. We've spent the first year of our band of our time building a foundation to work on, and that's why we released things like single by single. Now, uh, now that we have an EP out, we can kind of sit on it for a little bit while we figure things out and where we want to go next. So that's kind of what we've been doing.
You guys just released No Stranger December 30th, 2022, and I wanted to read a couple of these lines from the song. Um, it says, "These steady hands now shaking me awake. I'm crawling my way back to better days. All that I ask is for some patience. I'm going through some things I can't explain. Can you tell me a little bit about that line?
So the song "No Stranger" has actually been out. We put that out with Art of Separation back in March, but we chose to release a music video for it. Just as kind of like a final push for Art of Separation, that our debut EP. But for that song in general, and those lines in particular, is kind of about um, moving on from the Art of Separation. EP is the whole thing is kind of about losing someone, breakups, stuff like typical emo stuff. And I wrote about a personal scenario that I went through myself. So, in that term, it's just kind of like the kind of getting over the hump of the grieving process of, of a relationship, whatever that may look like for every person. It's different, but, kind of the hump of getting over that and just kind of being able to deal with that, realizing that maybe the foundation that you once had is kind of shaken up and no longer there, and then it may take a while to kind of get back to where you were, to get back to better days. But yeah, so when I was writing that, I was just that particular part, I wanted to be really crushing and really really drive home the song, um, and really just put a very good ending to it. So yeah, all in all, those lines in particular are just kind of about rediscovering yourself and picking up all the pieces and just moving on.
These steady hands now shaking me awake. I'm crawling my way back to better days. All that I ask is for some patience. I'm going through some things I can't explain. These steady hands now shaking me awake. I'm crawling my way back to better days. All that I ask is for some patience. I'm going through some things I can't explain.
You guys got any shows coming up anytime soon?
We do. We've got one actually tomorrow night at Bottom Lounge in Chicago. It is we're playing with three other bands. One of them I know I've played with before in my other band, Arabella. Um, we used to so the band that's playing tomorrow night that I've played with before is Havens. Shout out, everyone, go check them out. Um, and But the other bands we've not played with. And as the Neverafter, these are all technically new bands that we're playing with, but we all kind of know each other. Um, so but yeah, so tomorrow night, Bottom Lounge, doors are at 7, show starts at 8. Uh, tickets right now are $10. Tomorrow they're going to be 15. And it's actually, I know it's Randy. We were just talking about snowing and stuff like that. Tomorrow's actually supposed to be the warmest day for like the next probably week or two. So be a good day to come out.
What do you guys got planned for the rest of the year?
Oh man, grandeur. No, so kind of like what I said, we have that concept EP that we're doing, and I keep calling it a concept EP. It's just those three songs that are really conceptual, and that we're really putting time and effort into making them a concept. Uh, but we actually just had a conversation last night about taking those songs and embedding them in another EP where basically like have 6 songs on an EP or 7, whatever we decide to do, and those 3 concept songs will be kind of embedded, sprinkled in throughout there, so that you listen to one, and then you listen to a couple other songs. You listen to the other one, you listen to a couple other ones, and then finally you get to the final song in that trilogy. So we're working on that. We have some studio time that we're going to do follow through with in the spring to kind of finish that up. We've already got 2 of the songs recorded. We just need to. We're still fleshing out the third one, mainly because we're a bunch of perfectionists and it needs to be, it's got to be perfect. So we're finishing that up. But like I said, we've been writing demos pretty much throughout the year, so we have songs ready to go. It's just we're really sinking our teeth into this trilogy to make it very, very wholesome and very nuanced kind of, so yeah, so we were working on that. So we've got some studio time in the spring. We've also got a show in the spring. We're gonna probably break out the plan is to do all 3 songs from this trilogy at that show, just to kind of like start doing them live to get the to kind of get them in the rotation. And then we're working on some, like I said, some out of state shows for the rest of the year, just trying to expand our friends catalog really, and just get some out of state bands to do show trades with, bring them to Chicago, and then vice versa, flip flop, go out there, and then eventually build up enough of a, like I said, a regional presence to start doing small weekend runs or maybe week long runs. So that's kind of the goal for 2023.
Where can we get a hold of you guys? Facebook, Instagram, Twitter?
All those things. It's pretty much the same. It's at the Neverafter music, I think, or at the Neverafter. Yeah, it's just at the Neverafter. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Like I said, we've got an online store that if you go to our Facebook, honestly, if you go to our Instagram in our bio, we have a link tree, and that's got everything in there, including tickets to tomorrow night's show. But we've got we've got our online store up there too. And what we're doing is we're putting just certain items on the store, and then we have certain items that we're selling at shows, so they won't ever like overlap or crisscross. So yeah, pretty much on all the socials. YouTube is the same thing. Spotify for sure. Check us out. Spotify, Apple Music, basically on all the major streaming platforms, and I think we're on some smaller ones too. Yeah, the Neverafter. Just remember that.
That's all the questions I have. Thanks for coming on the show today. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Honestly, man, no. It's good to see you, man. How you been?
Awesome. Awesome.
Good deal. Good deal. I appreciate you having me, man.